what is the measure of a man according to Jesus, not according to our human standard? Because humanly speaking, our standard of measuring a life is by what the person possesses. So if a man has a good car, we say this man is a big man. If the man has cars, has houses, has what is wealthy, then we say the man is actually weighty in our human eyes. But in Jesus' eyes, or from the perspective of God, what is the measure of a man? In Luke 12, verse 15, Jesus said something. He says, take heed and beware of covetousness. See, for a man's life consists not in the abundance of the things which he possesses. What's he saying? Let me read from a simpler translation. NLT says, beware, Jesus Christ speaking here, say, beware, guide your heart against every kind of greed. Life is not measured by how much you own. Life is not measured by how much you own. Every Christian needs to know this. Life in the sight of God is not measured by how much you possess. It's not measured by how many cars you possess. It's not measured by how many houses you have. It's not measured by the amount of money in your bank account. All these things, humanly speaking, they are good. But in God's sight, you can get all these things, but you are weighing zero when you are put in spiritual scale. Why? Because the measure of a man is not by how much he or she possesses. It's not measured by that. In man's side, yes, but in God's eyes, it's not measured like that. So how does God measure people? If you read down Luke 12 downward, from that 15 downward, you see that Jesus Christ was talking about a man I called a rich fool. This rich fool is farm. His agric farm is produced a lot. He had a lot of harvest from his agricultural produce. And the Bible says that this man said, I've gotten a lot from my produce. I've gotten a lot from my effort. I've gotten a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a big barn to stop this thing. And I'll tell myself, yes, you have done a lot. So just relax, enjoy and just get yourself good. But God said something in Luke 12, verse 20. He said, but God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? Jesus called that man fool. God called him a fool. Just like I think God is calling some rich men that are Christians. I'm not talking to unbelievers. I'm talking to Christians. God is calling them fool. Why? Because their business has given them a lot of profit. They've gotten a lot of profit from their job, and they have come to the conclusion that yes, they have arrived in the sight of God. I think some of them will say, because I am serving God, God has given me all these things, which may be true. But you shouldn't measure your life by the things that you possess. Why? Because in verse 23 it says, so is he that lay up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. So what is the measure of a man? What can you use to measure if a man is actually weighing much in the sight of God? Is simply by the impact that life is making. So every possession that God gives you, every harvest that God gives to you, every breakthrough that God gives to you, is not so that you can consume it upon your lust. No. It's so that you can impact life with it. It's so that you can impact life with it. So the number of impact of life that you make is what determines if you are spiritually weighty in the sight of God. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 18 and 19, talking about people that have gotten riches, maybe wealthy riches, in wisdom or whatever. It says, let them do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to give, willing to share. Talking about impact here. If you are rich, but you are not impacting life with these riches, you are weighing zero in the sight of God. It says, when you do this, when you do good, when you share, when you give, according to First Timothy chapter 6, verse 18, it says, you are storing up for yourself a good foundation for time to come. It says, storing up for thyself a good foundation for the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life. So you should know that riches is good, but every wealth, every possession that God gives to you, it's not to make you proud, but majorly is to impact life with it. Is to impact life, and you are measured. Your weight as a man, the thickness of a man, is simply by impact, the number of impact he or she is making in their respective sphere of life. God bless you. I'm Pastor Gavin Aligo. Please check out for more of my videos. Visit me on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook and get a lot of this spirit inspired messages. God bless you.